welcome to my channel. Welcome to today's video. Today's video is going to be going over the Bobbi Brown holiday collection. I have two of the Luxe eyeshadow duos, and I talked about these on a Will I Buy It, and I ended up picking them up because I really wanted them. I really like the Luxe eyeshadow formula, so I'm going to be trying both of these out today, see if they compare to the just original formula, if they're as good. So if that sounds good to you, make sure you give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't yet. I would love it if you stuck around. But with all that, let's just get started trying out these eyeshadows. All right, so I do want to keep this a little bit of a shorter video. I tend to have pretty long videos, so at least short for me. I only was interested in these two items from the Bobbi Brown holiday collection. They came out with a whole slew of things, and I only wanted these because I do really like the Bobbi Brown Luxe eyeshadow formula. I only have two, but I really enjoy them. So they came out with 3 duos. I only picked up 2 of the 3 because the last one was just very gold. So the first one that I have is Last Dance, which kind of has like a pinky, beige, mauve matte, as well as a shimmer. And then the other one I picked up was Midnight Toast. So again, it has a matte and a shimmer. Now these do retail for $48, quite pricey for 2 eyeshadows. However, their singles retail for $42. So if you've been interested in trying out this formula, this is a really great way to do that. And I actually think that this is a lot better because you kind of just have one look here. So I'm really just gonna hop into it and do one on each eye, see what I think. I'm expecting this to be the same great formula. I have a eyeshadow palette that I recently reviewed on my channel that has these same shades. So I'm expecting this to be the same formula, and we're just gonna get right to it and do one look on each eye with these little duos. So first, I mean, this is going to be simple. I'm just going to apply this all over the lid, add this with my finger. So let's just get started. I'm going in with kind of like a fluffier blending brush because I just kind of want to diffuse it. And I'm not going to zoom you in. Now I have no primer on my lid, just concealer. And I did set down that concealer with powder. Anything that I'm wearing is always in the description box, but this is applying beautifully. I'll do swatches of all of these after I do the eye looks, and including all the singles that I already own too. Yeah, this is pretty much acting exactly how I expected. Just like a nice wash of color. I'll zoom you in at the end too, just so you can get a better look on this. I think that these are really nice duos, and I think that they're going to be popular. I saw them sell out, come back in stock, sell out, so I think that she'll continue with this. I'm now going to go into the shimmer. I'm just going to apply that with my finger, I think. I think that this Last Dance one's going to be my favorite of the 2, but I was a little bit afraid that these were going to be limited edition, and I didn't want to miss out. So I ended up grabbing the 2 that I was interested in. But that is just perfect. Just a quick, easy eye look. I'm going to just take that matte shade and run it on my lower lash line. This is the completed look for Last Dance. Now I'm gonna go into Midnight Toast really quickly, and I'm just gonna do the same thing. Apply the matte all over the lid. I really want it to be sheer and just lighter. You could maybe build this up and get a more deeper, smokier look if you really wanted to, but I don't necessarily want to do that today. I mean, these aren't going to give you that much versatility. There's only 2 shades here, but with this matte formula, you can kind of build up the depth. It does take a little bit of work though, I would say, like they really need to be built up. All right, now we have that down. I'll just go into the lower lash line first before we do the shimmer. Just want to apply the shimmer with my finger again. It's more of like this deep, rich, chocolatey brown, but we'll kind of compare them all afterwards. I mean, I think you can just tell from applying. This is a lot more deep, more rich. This is more airy, more daytime. And I could actually see myself using both of these in conjunction to create one eye look, just to add a little bit more versatility. Now, the shimmer, it shows up obviously, but it's not going to be just that really bright, impactful shimmer. There's something subdued and just luxurious about it. There's certain kinds of shimmers I find with luxury that, you know, they don't have the impact of that outer space sparkle, but they still have that just something that makes them a little bit special. And these shimmers have that. So let me just apply some mascara. I'm not going to do liner or anything like that. I think I just want to keep these as is. Then we'll zoom you in, show you the finished looks for both, and go over some swatches. We'll be done. Here are both eyes fully complete with mascara. So on the right side here, I have the Last Dance Duo, and then on the left side, I have the Midnight Toast. Hopefully you can kind of see them really well. I'm still adjusting my lighting a little bit and trying to figure that out. That's a whole nother beast. I really like both of these. I would probably say if I had to pick one, surprisingly, I would actually pick Midnight Toast, just because I could see this being a day and night look. Whereas Last Dance, I don't know if I'd wear this necessarily at night on a date to dinner, etc. It's a little bit too light for me. I would need at least a dark brown to deepen up the outer corner. So that's where I stand on those. Let's do some swatches really quick to just really show you what these shades look like. I'm first gonna go into Last Dance and we're gonna do the matte and the shimmer. So here is the matte here, and then here is the shimmer. If you can see both of those, let me put my glasses on, might be helpful. I'm like trying to keep this short and brief, and then I forget things. Now going into Midnight Toast. So again, the matte and the shimmer. Swatching them backwards. I really, really like this shimmer shade. It's just like that perfect gold with brown undertone. I mean, I guess you would consider that bronze, but to me, this is more of a cool bronze, and that's what I like about it. And this brown, this matte, is just perfect. It's not too dark and smoky, and it's not too light, whereas this one in Last Dance is. And then just for funsies, I'm gonna swatch the two singles that I have so you can see kind of what they look like up against that. I really like both of these. So I have more of a matte satin, which is Liquid Mercury. And this is a very heavy swatch. You can actually sheer this out a lot. I know this looks messy, but I kind of just want to show how sheer you can really get this and build it up. And then I also have High Octane, which is like a purple shimmer with a black base. So this one is pretty unique in my collection, I guess. Like these two look similar, but in person, like you can really see, this is a little bit thinner since I swatched it. This is the High Octane, the purple with the black base, and then this is Liquid Mercury, that kind of taupey shade. This I actually think is a better representation than what these look like. But that's really all I have today. Like I said, I wanted to keep this short and brief. There's not too much to say about these. The packaging, I wouldn't say is very heavy. It is more of a plastic packaging. It's not that it feels cheap, it's just that it's kind of bulky, and because it's light and bulky, that kind of makes it not feel as luxurious. I wish that they had made it a little bit slimmer, and if it was the same weight, that would have really just made it feel a little bit more luxury in my opinion, but I'm fine with the packaging. I'm actually, you know, more happy than I expected to be picking these up. I did pick these up during their Black Friday week. I mean, everyone's starting sales so early. I ended up getting these yesterday. So I got them 30% off, which I think is a much better price. However, still pointing out, like, if you're interested in picking up these singles, the value is much better to pick up the duos for $48 rather than $42 for one. So I think it's a worthwhile purchase. Hopefully Bobbi Brown continues to come out with these duos, because there's something, like, I can see myself using these much more than my singles because I have a look already there. It's not me just applying some mattes and then having to remember to myself, like, oh, I should reach into my single drawer. This is just all in one. I could see this being like a really nice palette if you were going for a weekend away somewhere and just bringing this. It would be really nice. That's probably what I'll do in the future or when I'll use these. So I'm really happy with these. I think that the looks are just really, really pretty and just soft. So I'm overall happy, and I was a little bit worried that I would feel like I didn't get the value out of these for the money that I spent, but I actually feel quite opposite. I feel like this is a good value for what you get, being that it's luxury. So I'm happy with this purchase. You'll have to let me know your thoughts down below though. Did you plan on picking these up? I think these got the most hype out of all the Bobbi Brown releases for holiday. So I'd love to hear your thoughts down below if this just isn't your style. I mean, you really have to like neutral makeup to want these, and not everyone is. So let me know if you plan on picking this up, if you already purchased it. But that's where I'm gonna leave you all today. I hope you're having a great one, and I will see you in my next video. Bye everyone.